This video demonstrates a method for creating slots that can save time because it's can be reused with copy and paste. And then it can also allow fasteners to be added quickly at the assembly level. So we have a sketch here that's for the main tab, and then it's got 4 points at the locations we want the slots to go. So to start with, we'll just define one slot and then we'll pattern it. So I often like to have a datum axis for the slot. So I'll create one of those first. I'll select that point and then the face. I'll reverse that direction. Okay, that. And then we'll create a sketch of our slot, and we'll select that same point for our origin. And notice NX infers the plane of this coordinate system as our plane, and then the axis of this coordinate system as our axis. In this case, usually that's what you want, but in this case, I'm going to switch the plane to the face of this. That'll just help us with copying and pasting later, and I'll OK there. If we square up to our sketch, we'll add in a slot. I'm going to keep that length and that width. Drop it in here. And then we'll just grab the midpoint, drag it over to the origin of the sketch. And now we're fully defined. And we'll just finish that sketch. Get back to trimetric. And so since this is sheet metal, we could use normal cutout. But because we may want to reuse this slot in other places, I'm going to actually do the extrude. And I'm going to select the entire slot sketch. We'll reverse direction and do through all. And middle mouse to OK. So there's our slot. Now we need it at the other locations. So I'll highlight these three features, the axis, the sketch, and the extrude, and do pattern feature. And I'm going to reset here. So if we were coming in from scratch, I would switch this layout to general. And I guess it deselected my features. So I'm just going to come over here, hold control, and get those three. So now we'll select our from point. So it's going to be that same point we created the initial slot on. So I'll use a quick pick menu and select that point. And then for the 2 point, I can just, if we're set to feature points, we can select the entire sketch here, or it's often easier just to select the entire sketch in the part navigator, and that'll get all 4 of those points. But in this case, it's saying there's 4 points. Well, we already have one slot created, so we don't need that 4th. And so to not create, it's trying to create a slot over top of a slot that's already there. So if we quick pick menu over this and select the instance point, and then we can right click and say delete. So that way it won't create a slot at that location. The pattern won't. And I'm actually going to do variational. It depends on what you're doing, but do variational. So now we have those 4 slots, and we may want to add this to a feature group. So I'm just going to call this slots with caps because I'm OCD. So now let's say we have this flange here and we have this sketch. We want slots at these 3 points. What we can do is just copy and paste this slots feature group. So Control C, Control V. So depending on the datum references choice, if we say specify datum references, there's a few more selections there. But if we just select parents, it's kind of like keeping the same types of selections. So there's less to choose from there. So the first thing it's asking for is our point for that slot location. So I'm going to select that point. Then the face, or this is for the datum axis. So we selected the point for the datum axis, and now we're selecting the face for the datum axis. And now for the sketch, it's looking, if we look down here, it's looking for the x-axis of the sketch. So in this case, we want our x-axis to go this way. That means the slots will be going up and down because the slots go in the y direction. And then for the 2 location points, we'll just, again, if we're feature points, we'll just select this entire sketch, or we can select the sketch over here. And now if we click OK, we have slots in all those locations. So even though it took a while to create this initial slot feature group, it can be copy and paste pretty easily. So just to give another example of that, I'll Control C that feature group, and I'll go over to the second part, and we'll kind of do the same thing, just a little bit quicker. So I'll make this bigger. So datum axis, we're going to select a point, and then middle mouse, a face, and then we want the axis for the X direction. So in this case, let's say we want our slots going lengthwise. X will be that way. And then to location, I'll just select this point set here and say, okay. So now we got slots in that part really quickly as well. And obviously we can adjust the size of the slots to whatever we need it to be. And then if we come over to our assembly, it pays off there as well. So temporarily we're going to set the reference set for these two parts to entire part. And then we'll do add component and we'll add some bolts in here. So there's the bolt. I'm going to add 3. So basically 1 for each set of slots we have. And then I'm going to say okay. And if you drag that down a little bit, we just see it's asking for an axis and then a face. So axis, face, and this is remembered constraints. If you're not familiar with it, but and then axis, face, and then say okay. So there's our initial bolts, and we can reset these to model reference set now to not see all that extra stuff. And so if we select this bolt, we can do a pattern component, and we'll do reference. So all we need to do is select this pattern, and then the base handle, we'll select the initial position we added it to. And in this case, we want to make sure we choose the 0 location. So if you notice, if I do the quick pick menu over here, you can see there's 2 options, but we want to choose the 0. That's the initial instance. So we'll select that, and it goes there. So we'll just do that a couple more times, a little bit faster now. We'll select the pattern, then we'll select the base instance, and make sure to get the 0, okay, and then one last time, we'll select that bolt, pattern it, select the pattern, and then the base instance handle, and okay. So really quickly, we've got all our bolts in place in the assembly, or our washers, whatever we're adding there. And then another nice thing is it's pretty easy to add more slots if we need. So in this case, I'll just edit this sketch. We'll add point here at the midpoint of this, and add one here as well at the midpoint. So that sketch is fully defined. We'll finish that, and notice the slots are added there. And then if we go over to part 2, I'm going to edit this point set, and instead of 8 slots, we're going to do 10. So now there's going to be 10 slots, or let's just do 12 to make it really obvious. So now there's 12 slots in that part. And if we switch back to our assembly, notice we have all our new bolts as well. So since we did a reference pattern, those bolts will be added in automatically. So that's a way to do slots that's kind of flexible, and it's also easy to reuse, and then helps with adding fasteners at the assembly level. And then if you wanted to, you could probably create a feature template out of similar to this, so that instead of creating it for the first time each time, you could just use a feature template and kind of do the same thing. But once you have the initial slot feature group created, it's easy enough to copy and paste.